Fort Worth Regional 3 press conference featuring Louisville Cardinals head coach Jeff Walz. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Walz and open it up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand and one of our assistants will come to you. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, please silence your cell phones. When asking a question, please state your name and media affiliation each time. For those joining via Zoom, please use the raise hand function. We'll take questions from the room first and go to Zoom as time permits. Please note that recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is not permitted. Coach, we'll start with your opening statement.
Good morning. Thank you. Just want to start off first by saying what a great experience this has been so far. Everyone here in Fort Worth has been absolutely first class. Everything's been handled fantastic. It's been a really good experience for our kids, and we're looking forward to a great basketball game tomorrow with a very talented Michigan basketball team.
All right, we'll now open it up for questions. Please raise your hand.
It's a quick one. I like it.
Okay. Just as a reminder, please say your name and media affiliation.
Andrea Adelson with ESPN. Jeff, you made some comments a few weeks ago just, talking about how you felt like your team was a little bit overlooked nationally.
I didn't say my team. A bunch of teams. I talked about how we stick with the narrative and beat a dead horse was exactly, I think, my quote. ESPN, when we start the year, we're going to find the kids we want to cover. And then if someone elevates himself, I know it's expensive and it takes some funds to maybe go do something on that kid to showcase him, and we normally don't do that. So unfortunately, I think we miss out on a lot of talented players that have come through our game, new players each year. So that was my quote. And for us, we don't have personally a star. So even when we got to, like sixth in the country or seventh, there wasn't much said because there wasn't a deck already built to be able to showcase our players.
I'm wondering if you feel like that now that you're here in the Sweet 16, that's kind of continuing, that narrative is continuing.
They're kind of, I think they're trying to make up, find some new stuff to do. You kind of have to since we're one of the 16. But this time of the year doesn't concern me. We're going to, anybody that's still playing is going, they've earned their way into this. People are going to hear more about it. I've been in this game for 32 years now. And, I feel I've got the right to speak on it because I have spent 32 years of my life in women's basketball. And I've just always tried to push to hopefully grow our game. We do wonderful features on players, but we just don't expand them when a player steps up during that season and deserves it. Kamara Johnson, I have said for this entire year, is one of the best point guards in our league, in the country. And if Virginia hadn't done what they had done and got themselves into a Sweet 16, ESPN had done crap. Because it would have taken maybe some effort and some money to go do something, do another feature on a kid or showcase that kid. So that's where I think we miss in women's basketball. There's so many great players, and unfortunately we don't talk about because it's just, it's not our narrative. Let's stick with it. We're just going to be narrow-minded, and unfortunately, I don't think it helps grow our game. Yes.
Jeff, Stephen Hawkins with the AP, and this question is not related to it being just after 7:30 in the morning, even though it is just after 7:30 in the morning. But Corey Close made some comments yesterday about how, with all the changes in college basketball, with NIL portal, keeping teams, she's more tired than she's been in 2 years. Can you relate to that? And what do you?
I'm friends with Corey, and my favorite line I would tell her: if you don't like your job, find a new job. Everybody. I'm listening this morning at 4:20 as the workers outside my window at the hotel on the street are working. You choose your profession. If you don't like it, find a new profession. It's what I say. Yeah, of course, it's a lot of work, but we chose to do it, and we get compensated for it. I don't think anybody's going to feel too sorry for us that you might be tired. I'm tired too. But who's not? What time were you all up? It takes a lot of people to run an event. And I know everybody's got the answers of how to fix it. You know, it's like being a coach. Every fan can tell me exactly what's wrong with my team, okay, and how to fix it until you're like, well, why don't you come to practice and watch what we do? My practices are always open. No, I can't make that. I'm having coffee with my friends, you know, or I have lunch every day. So I love Corey. She's great. We are friends, but we choose to do what we do. I mean, if you don't like it, find a new job. I hope that wasn't too harsh. I mean, God darn it. Aren't you all tired too? We all work our ass off. Cameron, first time I've seen him in about 6 years, so is this your first event you've worked or what? And I'm so sorry because I'm like, I didn't reply to his text because I wasn't sure who it was. Not.
Yeah, okay. Character with athletic, Jeff. I'm curious, this sophomore class you have, what it's been like to see them grow over the last 2 years and how much you've seen them kind of step up into the roles they've had to be in for you guys to be here this year.
Yeah, I'm really excited for them. It's a really good group that was thrown into the fire early as freshmen, and there were a lot of expectations, and I feel they've continued to get better every single day, every game, you know, and it's been a lot of fun because there have been the ups and downs. There have been some times where I'm pushing them a little harder than they probably used to being pushed. And then they're also learning how to play with other really good players. And I think that's where they've really showcased this year what they're able to do. Throughout the year, I think we've had 6 players at one time or another, 6 different players that have scored at least 20 points in a game. And our team is at a point where it's like, hey, if it's your night, we're getting you the ball. If the matchup favors you, we're going to you. It's never, well, I'm the leading scorer. And I think they've learned that, and that's one of the things I've preached to them about because they all have aspirations of wanting to play after college or one day. And I tell them, I'm like, what WNBA coaches and GMs, what they want to be able to be sure of is that you know how to play with other good players. You might be the best player on your team, but you might be a high volume shooter. Can you score 15 and only have to take 9 shots, 10 shots? Or to get those 15, are you shooting 23 and 24 times? So I think our players are learning that, and they're able to showcase that, hey, we're able to play with other good players. And then when it's our night, when it's my night, it's my night. But they're not selfish and always want it to be their night.
Lindsay Gibbs with CBS Sports. Jeff, both of these teams, you and Michigan, are really led by these sophomores. Mm-hmm. You've had a lot of good success with younger players on the bigger stages before. What do you think, how is it different when you're a sophomore versus a senior heading into these big moments? And how do you as a coach help your players through that? And what are you hoping to learn from your team?
Yeah, we're at a point in the year now where I just think it's the next game. Sure, it's a big game. There's no question about it. But I don't think they're feeling the pressure, if somebody wants to say it's pressure of, I'm only a sophomore, what do I do? It's like, hey, I'm here playing. I mean, youth is wonderful because they don't sometimes realize what they're really doing, what they're playing, and what this means to be one of 16 teams left. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, there's seniors that are playing in it for the first time that they probably have a little more pressure on themselves, they feel, because it's my last time. You know, I try to make sure I educate our kids on the fact that it's not easy to get here. It's not easy to get to the final 16, so don't take it for granted. Enjoy every single moment we're here. Take it all in. You know, walk around, make sure you look at things, you look at all that's being done for this event, because there's no guarantee you're getting back here. So I think as a senior, sometimes you feel a little bit more pressure because you know it is your last opportunity.
Andrea Adelson with ESPN. Jeff, obviously you guys have been one of the more consistent programs in the ACC, being able to get to this point despite changes and portal and roster, turnover and all of that. What do you feel like has allowed you and this program to have the type of staying power that you've been able to have and the consistency you've had?
Well, it's a lot of work. It's good staff, good players. We take a lot of pride in the character of kids that we try to recruit. Ones that want to work, ones that are going to get in the gym, and I think our culture that we've established over 19 years. We are have had a lot of success within our league, but even on a national stage, I don't think it's just the ACC that we've had success. We've done it on a national stage. It's when you take a step back, which you don't very often do as a coach, but when you actually look at things and, I'm sitting down with my staff because, Steph Norman has now moved on to Arizona State and doing great things there. And she was with me for 18 years and we talked, and it's like, we now had the opportunity to play in 17 of these. COVID took 1 year, and then another year, our third year, we didn't make the tournament. And we've had the opportunity to participate in 13 Sweet 16s. And I've got friends that have coached in this business for 20, 30 years that have done it once or twice or trying to get back to it. It's hard. But we've been very fortunate and blessed that to have the opportunity to do it as many times as we have. But we never take it for granted because I do realize how hard this is. And I make sure our kids know. And we push our kids just like everybody else does, but you're really trying to find the right mix who's willing to possibly give of themselves for the betterment of the team. And we've been fortunate to find that since we've been here.
Alexis Cuba, Louisville Courier-Journal. Jeff McKinley talked about how she likes to play physical aggressive. I think you called it that bully ball mentality. How would you just describe her on-field personality versus, on-court personality?
It's spring football time. I know. It's spring football.
Yes, exactly. On-court personality versus how she is off the court and just being a leader for the locker room.
Max is a sweetheart. I mean, I told her mom and dad that if I've got three girls myself, and if they grew up to be like her, they would be top notch. I'd be thrilled. She is as giving and caring, compassionate as any player I've ever had off the floor. And then when she steps on the floor, she's as competitive, as physical, but she does it still having fun. And it's one of the things I've tried to get a lot of players that I've coached here in the past to understand. It's okay to have one personality on the floor and one personality off the floor. And truly that's what Mac does. But she's always got a smile on her face. We preach in our program, you only get one opportunity to make a first impression. So make sure it's a great one. And she absolutely has conquered that. I mean, when you all get the chance, if you haven't talked to her, I mean, just watch her. She'll be up here today. I mean, she's got a smile on her face. She's always complimentary to her teammates. She's a wonderful kid.
Okay, one final question in the back.
Hi, Coach. This
Hello.
is Poppy with USA Today. What kind of threat do Elif and Laura pose when they're together on the court?
Well, they both have the ability to stretch the floor. They can both shoot the three. Both being international players know how to play behind the three-point line. They pass the ball extremely well. They can handle the ball. And that's really been a big part of our success is having 5 players on the floor where all 5 can score. All 5 have the ability to shoot a 3 and make a 3. Obviously, Taj is probably going to take more of them, Amari Berry, than maybe Mac would. but Max got the ability to step out there and shoot it. Laura does, E does. So when you have a 4-5 player per se, that's just the numbers that everybody gives them, that can stretch it out and shoot it, it spreads things out for everybody else, gives our guards an opportunity to drive. It's been a luxury for us to be able to have those two on the floor this entire season.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Good morning and welcome to today's press conference featuring the Louisville Cardinals. Student athletes today are Elif Istanbulluoglu, Laura Siegler, and Tajianna Roberts. We'll start with questions for the student athletes. Before we begin, if you have a question, please raise your hand. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, please silence your cell phones. When asking a question, please state your name and media affiliation each time. As a reminder, please note that recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is not permitted. We'll now open it up for questions.
Alexis Cubitt, Louisville Courier Journal. Elif, Jeff has talked a lot about how he feels like that summer and participating with the Turkish League really helped you. What did you take from that experience that has enabled you to have the season that you're having right now?
Spending the same court with the pros, I feel like the level that I see, I was like, yeah, I want to go to that level, and it made me realize, like, what am I supposed to do? And having my coach with me is also, okay, that's what I want, and he knows, and he pushes me every day. And again, sharing the same court with them, the vision, their experience, it's not the same when you're watching on TV. It's actually, it's a privilege, I think, and it was a great experience to be with them. And having Coach Walz there also helped me because he was there with me all the time. And again, in the basketball court, he was coaching me still, talking to me every day, what I need to do to get to that level. So it was special.
Stephen Hoggins with the AP. Laura and Tajianna, I'll just ask you guys this. The coach was in here a minute ago talking about how when all 5 players on the court can score, pass, shoot from 3, and it's one person can have the night one night and another night. Talk about what that's meant for you guys getting to this point that everybody can contribute and do it.
I think we talk about it all the time that we have 5 people on the court every time that can score. That's our foundation. Like, we're always dangerous. I think, from my point of view, like, I would hate the scouters because we know how we scout. Like, we always have that 1 or 2 people that we kind of try to take out and say they won't shoot or they won't do anything behind the perimeter. You can help a little bit more, but you can't do that with our team when we have 5 people out there who can score behind the 3. So really, it makes it easier for everyone on the court too because it's more difficult to double team, triple team, to do whatever, to be heavy and help. So when we're out there and everyone can pass, everyone can score, like, it's fun. Like, we just get to play with each other in a different way. Like, I love playing with 5 people who are just smart, who can do everything. Like, we can read of each other. It's just really, it's fun. It's a privilege to play with a group like that.
I kind of agree with everything Laura said, but I think as well as it's a relief in a sense. Like, if I don't have it going that night, like, my shot's not falling, my job is to get into the paint and get it to somebody who is scoring. And I think, there's not been a day where all 5 of us have been clicking, but there also has been a day where none of us is clicking. So I think, like Laura said, it's a privilege. It's an honor to be able to play with so many talented players, because not even just the 5 on the floor, but those people coming off the bench as well. Like, it's just no break. You sub, and it's like you said, there's nobody you cannot guard. And I think it's just, like I said, a relief. Like, if I don't have it going, somebody has it going. And I think we find excitement and joy in somebody else scoring. So it's just fun to play with. And like she said, we're a nightmare to scout.
Lindsay Gibbs with CBS Sports. For all of you, wondered if you could talk about Amari Berry and her evolution this year and what it's like having a player like that coming off the bench. And Laura, you're laughing, so I'm curious.
I'm laughing because I love that question. because Amari Berry, she's a baller. Like, she got a feel for the game that you can't teach. Like, you either got it or you don't have it, and she just got it. Like, she does crazy things all the time where I'm looking at her, and I'm like, you did not just do that, and she makes the shot, and I'm like, well, whatever, I'm going to run back on defense. Like, she's amazing, and I don't think we talk enough about her passing either, because she can score, and that's often the highlights I could put out there to see, but she's a really good passer too, and we sometimes get on her for passing too much because of the way she scores the ball. Like, you'll have the team at a practice or at a game be mad at her and be like, you better shoot the ball next time, because she likes to pass. She's very selfless. She always brings the energy too, which I know I lean on a lot. Like, she's a great teammate. She's one of the best out there. It's just so much fun playing with her.
Yeah, we have an inside joke with me and Mari. I was like, yeah, that's your role, I'm just in it. Whenever, like, she does something crazy, I'm like, yeah, that's your role, I'm just in it. But she's one of a kind, definitely. She can shoot, she can pass, and she's an awesome person. And, like, it's so fun to be around. And I feel like in the court, whenever she does something, we're like, oh, my God, and she just makes it casual. I'm like, okay, I guess.
I sometimes catch myself just passing the ball and standing and watching because she's doing something. I'm like, how is she doing that?
Yeah.
Like, wow. And I'm like, whoa, I better go rebounding in case she misses. Like, you know,
And she
sometimes
don't
you just she doesn't miss, but you have to, otherwise Walz will yell at you.
Yeah.
So.
I think as her fellow sophomore, and seeing her evolution from us being freshmen to this year, it's really so surreal. She's made the biggest leap that, like, I think anybody has made. Like, it's so amazing to see just how well she's flourished this year, like her confidence level, just seeing it, you can tell in her energy, the way that she, you know, like the way she represents herself. She's so confident in herself, and I love seeing that, you know, just from seeing her last year. And I think she's just made so many strides mentally. You know, she's a lot stronger mentally, you know. Can't nobody knock her smile, you know. She's going to bring that energy regardless. Like, we could be in a dead serious situation, and she's always going to find a way to make you laugh if you're down. You know, like they said, she's just an amazing person off the court. And I think that's a testament to how she plays as well, because it's just so enthusiastic and with a lot of excitement. So I think the biggest thing I love about it is just her growth and me being able to see it.
Hi, this is Poppy with USA Today. Going back to her freshman year, how has her confidence grown exactly? Like, was she more humble her freshman year, more timid? Like, can you describe exactly her freshman year jump to now the confidence she has as a sophomore?
I think it's a combination of everything. You know, we're freshmen, you know, just trying to figure out what your role is, and what you can be for this team. And I think last year, you know, we had a lot of seniors, so she was more on the quiet side. And I think this year she just is more comfortable with being who she is. And I think on the court that translates as well. You know, she's a humble person in itself. She still is, even, you know, with all the amazing things that she does. So I think it's just her confidence and, you know, knowing more of her role in a sense.
Alexis Cubitt, Louisville Courier Journal. For whoever wants to answer this, obviously Michigan has, you know, a really good sophomore class, as do you guys. You know, their top two scorers are sophomores, same for you guys. How do you feel like y'all stack up, and what's just, I guess, the scouting and defending, you know, those two players?
I would like to answer this. So yeah, they have a great sophomore class, you know, and they're, you know, they're two top scorers, but also Holloway. She fits into that. And I think, you know, we have the same thing as well. We have a great sophomore class. You know, we have me, McKinley, and Amari Berry. So I think they're a great team overall. We're a great team overall. You know, I think the matchup is going to be great, and I'm super excited to see what tomorrow's game brings. They're great players, but we are great players as well. So I'm just super excited.
Yeah, I think they're a team that just played their role really well. You know, we talk about Olsen and Schwartz, but everyone else on the floor, like, they know what their job is, and they do it really well. They're a high-scoring team. They average a lot of points, and they force a lot of turnovers, too. which are things we have met in the season already. Like, we know how to play that. We'll be ready for that. But they're a really good team. We're at a point of the season where there's only really good teams left. So it'll be a really good game tomorrow. I'm very excited.
I agree with what you all said. Good job.
Any more questions for student athletes? Here.
Lindsay Gibbs with CBS Sports. Walz was just in here saying that, sometimes when you're younger, you don't maybe a sophomore, you don't understand maybe the gravity of this moment and how hard it is to get to a Sweet 16. Laura was wondering from your perspective what this means, having transferred into this program and knowing that, final ride.
I talked a lot about that the last couple of weeks because I think I understand that perspective exactly. Coming from a mid-major, I know how difficult it is to get to the NCAA tournament, first of all, but even getting to a Sweet 16, because we have to win our conference pretty much to get anywhere near that. But it's just amazing. Like, I know how hard that is. Like, I've been around a lot of great college players who never got the chance to do so. And now you're in an environment where that's the standard. The Sweet 16, being with Walz, that's the standard. And it's great to be around that because you want to win. But I don't – I think the people I'm around right now, they're so used to winning, which is why I wanted to come here. But I definitely have a different perspective on it because I know how difficult it is. Like, it's been my dream for so many years, getting to be in this moment and playing this. But it's difficult, and very few players get to do it. So it's something that I hope they take in, but I also know that they got years in front of them where they can do it again, and it's going to be fun to watch because it's a very special group. It's still quite a young group, too. We have a lot of sophomores, as we talked about, freshmen, too. So it's amazing, and it's going to be fun to see what they do in the next couple of years.
Any more questions? All right, ladies, thank you, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Early.
Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Transcripts will be provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly. As a reminder, the Louisville locker room is open until 8:15.